Selamat Sejahtera. We are live now. Very good morning, good afternoon to whoever is joining. My name is Karan. I am going to be presenting the first question for all of you. So today what we're doing is a set before PSPM happens, and so we are going to go through this set question by question and hopefully come up with solutions for all of your doubts. So without further delay, let's start with the first question. Okay, so the first question, uh, so let me read it out first. The letters in the word papaya are to be arranged. A word can be considered formed without being meaningful. The events Q, R, and S are defined as follows. So Q means the word starts and ends with an A. R is all the P's in the word are kept together, and S is all the A's in the word are kept together. So question A is find probability of Q and probability of R, while question B asks us to find the probability of Q intersect R. So first of all, the first thing that I noted when I answered this question was the fact that S is not at all involved in the question. So that is the first thing you should cross out. And then let's go on with the working. So you'll notice the word papaya has got 6 letters, P-A-P-A-Y-A. And so the question requires us to find the probability of Q. So now the probability of Q, we can go up again, just to read the question. Slightly higher, sorry, up. Yeah, a bit more. Yeah, the word starts and ends with an A. So because the word starts and ends with an A, you'll notice I put A and A at both ends of these columns that I've laid out with 6 letters. And so after taking away 2 letters, you're left with 4 letters from the word papaya. And those 4 letters you're going to randomly put in between those 4 spaces that you've got left. And so when you find the probability, it's the number of events that you require to occur, and you make that as the numerator, while the denominator is your sample space. So sample space is the total amount of possibilities or outcomes that is possible from this question. So in this case, the sample space will be 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Now, the reason why we've got divided by 3 factorial and 2 factorial is because in the word papaya, you've got actually 3 A's and you've got 2 P's. So now effectively, when you divide by 3 factorial and 2 factorial, I think personally that you are sort of eliminating these A's and P's to make it 1, because A and all A's sort of cross out each other in the sense that they are the same thing. And so effectively, you are left with the answer just now was 60. So 60 is the total possible outcomes. And now you're left with another 4 spaces in the middle, as I've drawn out just now. So now those 4 spaces in the middle, we've already taken away 2 A's. And so now we only have 2 duplicates left of the same letter. And those letters are P. So we've got 2 P's. So now these 4 letters that are remaining after you've taken out the 2A, you put that as the numerator. And then you divide it by 2P. So that will be 2 factorial. So 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial, you'll get 12. And so finally, the last step will be probability of Q is the number of events that we want, which is 12, divided by the total number of outcomes, which is 60. And that will give you 1/5. Okay. And now to the next part, which is probability of R. So now the probability of R is if you go back to the question again, you'll notice it's how many possible events of having all P's in the word kept together. And so to have all p's in the word kept together, first of all, I again put my columns, 6 columns for 6 letters, and then I put both p's together one by one. And so now when these p's are kept together, you are effectively going to move these p's around as one block. So which is why you'll notice I drew something around that, and now you can see a circle around it. So now these two p's, within itself, it can be rearranged. The first p can also take the p of the second position, and the second p in the second column can be interchanged with the first, which is why you've got a 2 factorial there. So that is the explanation for the 2 factorial on the numerator. So now what about the times 5 factorial on the numerator? So that is actually after 2p's effectively become 1 tile, you've got actually you've now got a total of 5 tiles remaining. And so you times that by 5 factorial. And now this whole thing is divided by 2 factorial times 3 factorial, again, because you've got duplicates. You've got 2 and you've got 3, 2 of p's and 3 of a's. And that gives you a total of 20. And then the sample space, again, exactly what we did earlier, will be 60. And so your probability of R is simply 20 over 60, and that becomes 1 over 3. Now for the last question, is the probability of P intersecting with R. So when I saw this question, the first thing that came into my mind was the intersection. You know, we've got teachers teaching us in secondary school and even the lecturers teaching us here that when an intersection occurs, you should imagine 2 circles with the middle part of the 2 circles sort of combining or intersecting in between. And so what that tells me is that both events should occur simultaneously, this event and that event. So that's what that middle part of the circle should be. And so when you know that both events occur simultaneously, you can put A and A, which is the probability of, I think, Q, that was the first question. So A and A at the first and last tiles. And then, so that's 1 and 1. So I've done 1 in the beginning times 1 at the end. And now for the middle part, you've got another 4 tiles remaining. So now those 4 tiles remaining is, first of all, the 2 factorial from what we did just now, because you've got 2 p's and those p's are interchangeable. And then after those 2 p's, you've got another, how many tiles? You've got 1, 2, 3, 3 tiles remaining. So within those 3, those 2 p's can move into either into any of those tiles in between. So that's why you times the 3 factorial. And now you'll notice that I divided now by 2 factorial and not 2 factorial times 3 factorial. Now the reason to this again is because after you've eliminated the 2 a's, we put 1 a and another a at both the far left and far right side of these tiles, you've now got only 1 a. So there's no more duplicate a available, but there are 2 duplicate p's that are still around these 4 tiles. And so you divide it by 2 factorial. And so that will give you 6. And again, your sample space is 60. And so to summarize it, you've just got to do 6 over 60. That will give you 1 over 10. And that's the final answer. Now we will go on to question 2.
Oh, dah. Okay, so next we move to question number 2. That is the data given for the question. So the question asks to find the value of k. So first, we need to construct a table of x and probability of x to make it more easier. As we all know, summation of probability of x is equal to 1. So we need to add all of the probability x uh, and equal it to 1. And we need to solve it until we get the value of k. So which is the k is equal to 10. For question B, just use the table as at A, but we need to add one more row, another row, which is fx. Don't forget to substitute the k value on probability of x just now, which is k equal to 10. And first, we just write back the value 2 over 20 at the first column of fx, which is 2 over 20, but I already simplify it to 1 over 10. And to get the value of fx for the next fx, we need to add the probability 2 over 20 with 3 over 20, and we will get 1 over 4. And just repeat the step until we get 1 at the end. That's it.
Okay. Untuk soalan C, the question asks probability X is greater than 4 and probability X less and equal to 8. Untuk carinya, um, kita tengok dengan table yang sebelum ni. Lepas tu, we know that probability X is greater and equal to 5 and X less and equal to 8. Kita tahu yang probability X sama dengan 5 tambah probability X sama dengan 7 tambah probability X sama dengan 8. Kita substitute nilai dia daripada kotak atas tadi dalam jalan kira. Key in the calculator and kita dapat jawapan 11/20. Untuk soalan D, the question asks to determine EX and variant X. Kita tahu formula dia ada dekat atas ni. Lepas tu just substitute the value of X and probability X, key in the calculator and we get the final answer 154/25. Lepas tu kita cari EX kuasa 2. Letak dekat jalan kira, kita kuasakan 2X kita dan letakkan nilai probability X, key in the calculator and we can get 451/10. Untuk mencari variant X, kita ikut formula juga. So 451/10 minus to 154/25, kuasakan 2 dia, dapat 8,943/1290. Okay, nombor 3. Soalan dia, a lorry owner of a car rental company has a fleet of similar 6 lorries, which he rents out of the customer on a daily basis. It is known that from the past experience, the daily demand for the lorry has a portion distribution with mean 3.56. Okay. A, satu Roman dia minta at least 2 lorries are not rented out. So maknanya dia nak X lebih kecil daripada 4. So kita buat probability sama dengan 0 tambah probability sama dengan 1, X sama dengan 2 tambah X sama dengan 3 tambah X sama dengan 4. So kita tak boleh guna table tu sebab mean dia ada 2 titik perpuluhan. Dalam jadual tu boleh guna 1 titik perpuluhan je. So kita guna cara yang kedua, guna formula. Formula eksponen kuasa negatif lambda, lambda kuasa X per X. Per X. Lepas tu kita gantikan dia lambda. Lambda tu mean. Masukkan lambda dalam mean dalam lambda. Lepas tu gantikan X tu dengan 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lepas tu totalkan dapat 0.714. Dua Roman dia minta the demand is not fully met. Maksudnya P dia, probability dia kena X lebih besar daripada 7. So kita kena tolakkan 1 tolak probability lebih kecil sama dengan 6. So sama je, kita buat 1 tolak dengan isikan dalam formula tu. Lepas tu dapatlah 0.0701. Okay.
Okay, hello. Untuk section B, soalan nombor 1. Soalan 1, dia beri function y sama dengan 2x tambah 1 dan y sama dengan 5 E kuasa negatif 2x. Untuk A, menggunakan by using the change sign, show that the equation 2x plus 1 equal to 15 E or of negative 2x has the solution in the interval 0, 1. So dekat sini soalan dia minta kita show dia punya perubahan change sign tu. So y pertama kita y sama dengan 2x tambah 1 tolak 15 E kuasa dengan negatif 2x. Masukkan nilai kosong ke dalam X. So kita dapat jawapan negatif 14. So negatif 14 adalah kurang daripada kosong. So untuk X sama dengan 1, kita masukkan nilai X1 dalam X untuk persamaan 2X tambah 5 tolak 15 E kuasa negatif 2X. So kita dapat jawapan 0.969 lebih besar daripada kosong. Untuk soalan B pula, menggunakan Okey, untuk soalan B pula menggunakan formula Newton-Raphson, kita menggunakan Y sama dengan 2X tambah 1, Y sama dengan 12, E kuasa negatif 2X. Kita differentiate persamaan tersebut dan kita masukkan dalam formula Newton-Raphson. So untuk initial dia, kita dapat X1 sama dengan 0.6. So untuk mendapatkan X2, kita masukkan nilai 0.6 dalam formula. Dan untuk X2, kita mendapat 0.8100. Dan untuk X ketiga, kita masukkan jawapan untuk X kedua tadi, 0.8100 ke dalam formula tadi. Dan kita dapat 0.8539. Untuk X4, masukkan jawapan untuk X3 ke dalam formula. Dan kita tekan kalkulator dan dapat jawapan 0.554. So berdasarkan daripada soalan minta kita untuk three significant figures. So jawapan akhir kita adalah 0.554, 3 titik perpuluhan.
Okay, so soalan seterusnya, section B nombor 2. Soalan ni bagi kita 3 koordinat, lepas tu dia suruh kita cari equation of circle. Mula-mula kita kena substitute 3 koordinat tu. Lepas tu kita akan dapat 3 equation yang berbeza. 2F tambah C sama dengan negatif 1. Yang kedua 8G tambah 2F tambah C sama dengan negatif 17. Lepas tu equation yang ketiga 2G tambah 4F tambah C sama dengan negatif 5. Lepas tu untuk dapatkan value G, kita kena buat equation 1 tolak equation 2. Kita akan dapat value G sama dengan negatif 2. Lepas tu kita kena buat equation yang keempat, iaitu dengan equation 3 tolak equation 2. Lepas tu nanti kita akan dapat negatif 6G tambah 2F sama dengan 12. Lepas dapatkan equation yang keempat tu, kita substitutekan value G sama dengan negatif 2 dalam equation yang keempat. Kita akan dapat F sama dengan 0. Lepas tu untuk dapatkan value C, kita substitute value F sama dengan 0 tu dalam equation nombor 1. C kita akan dapat sama dengan negatif 1. Jadi lepas dapatkan value G, F dengan C ni, kita substitutekan value tersebut dalam general equation of circle, iaitu x squared tambah y squared tambah 2gx tambah 2fx tambah C sama dengan 0. Kita akan dapat equation of the circle, which is x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 1 equal to negative 0. Itu je. Terima kasih.
Alright, now we proceed to question 3. The shipment of 7 television sets contain 2 defective sets. A hotel makes a random purchase of 3 of the set. So, if X is the number of defective sets purchased by the hotel, find the probability of X. Okay, sekarang kita ada 7 television sets yang mengandungi 2 defektif. Jadi bila dia pilih 3 set tu, lepas tu dia kata X tu ialah number of defective set. Maknanya kita ada 0, 1 dan 2 since defective set dia cuma ada 2 je. Jadi kita buat dia punya table X sebagai 0, 1 dan 2. Sekarang ni kita tak tahu jumlah dia ada berapa, jadi kita buat tree diagram. Berdasarkan tree diagram tu, first kali pick, kita akan dapat 5/7 untuk television yang elok dan 2/7 untuk yang defektif. Dan untuk pick yang seterusnya akan berkurang 1 sebab kita dah ambil 1 tu, jadi dia tinggal 6, 5 seterusnya. So untuk yang kosong maknanya kita ambil semua tu elok. Kita tak ada defektif langsung pun. Jadi kita tengok kat diagram kita, mana yang semua elok, maknanya TTT. Bila kita tengok ke sini, kita boleh nampak 5/7, 4/6 dan 3/5. Jadi bila kita darab semuanya, kita akan dapat 2/7 untuk jumlah bagi kosong defektif set. Okay, seterusnya untuk defektif set yang 1, kita boleh dapat TTD, TDT atau DTT. Jadi kita tengok dekat tree diagram kita cari yang defective set dia cuma dapat 1 je. Jadi bila kita dah cari nilai dia, kita dapat 4/7. Dan seterusnya bila defective set dia 2, kita cari juga di tree diagram ni, kita cari jumlah dia dan dapat 1/7. Jadi berdasarkan table ni, kita cari dia punya PDF diagram. Dan dapatlah PDF diagram dia macam tu. Okey, untuk soalan B, dia nak PX lebih besar sama dengan 1. Kita dah buat diagram tadi. Kita dah buat table tu, berdasarkan table kita boleh tahu dia punya jumlah dekat X sama dengan 0 dan X sama dengan 1 sebab dia nak lebih kurang dan sama dengan 1. Jadi kita tambahkan nilai dia, kita dapat 6/7. Okey, untuk graf, kita buat je paksi X dia sebagai X dan paksi Y dia sebagai PX sama dengan X. Kita buat macam tu. Lepas tu 0 tu kita tengok kat table tadi, kita dapat 2/7. Jadi tanda dekat 2/7 tu tarik kan. Jadi buat juga untuk yang 1 dan 2. Okey, untuk soalan ini kita juga ada alternatif lain. Dan Farid akan terangkan alternatif yang lain tu. Terima kasih.
5C3. Mak, dia tadi. Okay. So for this question, I use the other method, which is by using combination. Okay. To find the probability of X, we found we found out that 7 TVs, 5 TVs are non-defective, and 2 TVs are defective. A hotel wants to make a random purchase of 3 sets of the TVs. So we denote X equal to 0, 1, and 2. So first step is the probability X equal to 0 is probability that there is no defective TV. So the solution is 5C3, which is a non-defective TV, divided by 7C3, which is the total TV. And 3 is the hotel that wants to make a random purchase that set of TV. So the answer is 2/7. Next, the probability X equals to 1 is probability that there is one defective TV. So the solution is 5C2 multiplied by 2C1 and divided by 7C3, and we get 4/7. For the last step is probability X equals to 2 is probability that there are 2 defective TV. So 5C1 multiplied by 2C2, and we divide 7C3. The answer is 1/7. So the last step is we write the PDF as like the below, just like the below. So okay, for question B, I also use other method than Nabila, which is probability X less than or same with 1. So I use 1 minus P X, probability X more than 1, which is X equals to 2. So when the probability X equals to 2, with the answer is 1/7. So 1 minus 1/7, we got 6/7. So the answer is 6/7. So the graph for the probability distribution just at the screen. Thank you so much.